Hello and welcome back to another video of Brotato Random Weapon Start. This is probably not going to go extremely well for us because we're using the flute, and the flute is it's a weapon. It is a weapon of all time. Basically, the way this oh my god, I just thought about something. The way this weapon works is that when you hit an enemy at a low amount of HP, you have a chance to charm them and turn them into your ally temporarily. You can see that here. Hitting an enemy that has less than 60% health has a 10% chance to charm it for 8 seconds. Pretty slow, of course, because you're playing the Buccaneer. Scales off ranged and luck. Attacks, yeah, really slowly. That's one of the issues. And if you look here at the Buccaneer, picked up materials have 100% value, but that is just to counteract / balance the other parts. Minus 50% materials dropped from enemies. Yeah, so we get half the amount of materials, but then we double their value. And then we also have picking up a material resets the cooldown of our weapons minus 100% attack speed. So essentially what it comes down to is that when we hit an enemy and kill them, they drop a material half the time. We pick up that material, it resets all of our attacks, and then we can attack it again. Attack again immediately. Okay, that's it. That's the Buccaneer. The flute is not typically what you would go for because it has really low base damage, and this is a weapon that doesn't actually want to kill the enemies, it wants to charm them and turn them into allies. Well, that doesn't really work that well because we need to pick up materials so that we can reset our attack and keep attacking. I think range damage is actually okay. I'm going to roll here, take some harvesting. Coupon would be nice, but I'm going to go and take the flute first and then roll a little bit. Just like this, and lock a flute. Okay, so now we have 3 flutes, which means you get a little bit of the bonus musical, a little bit of bonus luck, which also boosts up the damage a tiny bit. Not really anything noticeable, but the important thing here is that we have 3 weapons now, which means we can use our passive a little bit better. We get 3 attacks. Every time we pick a material, we will reset all of those weapons. So yeah, we just want to prioritize getting all of our weapons, get all 6 of them as soon as possible, and that's about it. I do think I will be only using the flute in this run. Sometimes I split my weapons. Even though we're doing random weapon start, I'll use like 3 and then 3 of some other weapon. In this case, I might just use 6 flutes. 2 armor is okay, going to take that. And what else can we get? I think I'm just going to take some luck. That does also scale with our flute, so it's not the worst. Going to do a bit of rolling. I wouldn't mind picking up a flute here. Musical and support. Musical gives you luck, support gives you harvesting. The flute is a really good weapon, but I don't think we're going to use it here. We're going to go and skip. I will actually take a weird ghost. This is going to make us start with only 1 max HP, or 1 current HP, but we get permanently 3 max HP, and I think that's definitely worth it. We're going to be a tiny bit careful, but there's nothing too dangerous here. The most dangerous thing is ourselves, because we're just like rolling the dice every time we attack an enemy and hoping that we can kill it or charm it. Like, if we charm a single enemy here, this will be so much easier, you know? Yeah, we're making nothing. We need some money. We need some money bad. I have to wrap around and get some of these materials, I think. That's the only way this is going to work. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, that's painful. Okay, let's go ahead and take the flute and do a bit of rolling. Another flute would be good. Baby Gecko could also be good. So you probably understand what I'm saying here, why I think the flute's not going to be great for us. We have lost so much money in the past couple of waves because we cannot kill all the enemies. The flute is so weak, it has crazy low base damage. The point of the flute is not to deal high damage, which is normally what you want if you're resetting your weapon's attack. You want like a really slow weapon that will hit really hard. That's the optimal thing. This is a really slow weapon that hits really softly. So it's like it's like doubly bad on the Buccaneer. But I guess that makes this more of a challenge than other weapons would be. So this kind of is maybe going to be more so a challenge run than a random weapon start run. We did manage to get a couple of kills near the end there. I'm going to roll because I think we need some damage. Range damage and harvesting is okay. You, more damage. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. More damage and luck. Luck also gives damage, you don't want to forget. Harvesting also extremely good. You guys should not be avoiding harvesting, especially if you get items that give it early on. You should absolutely pick those up because they just have so much time to scale. Harvesting gives you money and it gives you experience at the end of every single wave, which means, oh yeah, and then it also increases itself by a certain percentage, by 5% at the end of every wave. So the earlier you get it, the better. If you can get a wheelbarrow or a crown, what else? A fertilizer, a little frog, any of the items that give harvesting early on, you should probably pick them up. The tractor is an especially good one because it gives 40 harvesting, just outright 40, which is crazy. That is so much harvesting. Also, we're a little low on HP here, but we're completely fine. Okay, we managed to make 230 materials. Crit chance is okay, but it's actually not very good for us. So I'm going to roll. Please. Okay, move speed is fine, and I'll take a little bit of lifesteal. Go ahead and take you guys. This is okay. This is a massive bait. I know it's called the bait, but it is a massive bait. So we're not going to take it, okay? It's like, it's a massive bait, and it's a massive bait. Do you understand? Click 1 if yes. Okay, so basically if we take that, we are probably going to die because we deal so little damage. And the lampreys, if you didn't know, the lampreys have massive health bars. They are really tanky compared to other enemies. Like the slasher here, my friend on the right side, with like a bunch of eyes and the claws or whatever, that guy, the slasher, he is pretty tanky too. But he's not the lamprey and he's not the bait, because the bait is especially like devilish, you know, like that thing will summon 6 lampreys that all come at you at the same time and shoot a bunch of projectiles, deal crazy damage, and are really tanky. That would be terrible for us. So yeah, I'm gonna not take the bait, and I probably won't take a bait if I get offered it later as well. Yeah, frick that. I'm good. I want to stay alive. We did manage to make 300 and something materials. That's actually decent. Damage percent, flute, roll 1 time here. Ugly Tooth I will go ahead and take. Celery Tea could be good next wave, but not this wave. I'm actually going to go ahead and just continue. That might seem weird, because I don't usually do that, but I feel like since we managed to naturally find a piggy bank so early on, I'm kind of inclined to actually use it, which is something I rarely do. I think using the piggy bank, or the piggy bank in general, is kind of just a bait. I think you only really use the piggy bank. I've always said this, right? The piggy bank is not good, in my opinion. It can be really good on certain characters. For example, the saver, but obviously, well, okay, you might not know what that character does. Basically, that character, you want to save as much money as you can, because the more money you have, the more damage percent you gain passively. But that's like a unique instance, right? That's an exception. Pretty much every character in the game cannot really, or there's almost no character in the game that can really use the piggy bank that well, aside from a few exceptions, okay? Our character is not an exception, by the way. Okay, we did manage to make a lot of money here. We take some luck. Sure, why not? A little bit of armor. I think that is okay. We're going to take the celery tea. Somewhat greedy, but I think we'll be fine. I wouldn't mind taking a goblet and this. I'm actually going to take the damage, the lure, and then I'm going to roll and find a sharp bullet that is really good. So this weapon doesn't have any piercing. This will give us 1 piercing. It does make us lose a tiny bit of damage percent. Obviously, the knockback is irrelevant. The piercing damage, well, we're losing piercing damage, but we didn't have any piercing until we bought the item. So, like, it's really just a win. Like, there's nothing wrong with losing piercing or piercing damage if you're just gaining piercing for having lost the piercing damage. Yeah, okay, anyways, you get the idea. We are on wave 9 now, and we took the celery tea. So these enemies do have 100% bonus health, but they also give us way more XP, for 1, and 2, this wave is pretty easy. This wave is so much easier than every wave we've been in so far, because it's just a bunch of these small enemies, and these enemies are actually really easy to charm, because there's so many of them, like stacked in little groups. So the second you charm one of them, or you're basically non-stop hitting like 12 enemies at a time, you know? That's one thing. The other thing is that, yeah, the second you charm one of them, you immediately have it turn around and like run through the clump of enemies, and then it'll just like kind of knock them all out for you. Yeah. Okay. Man, English is hard sometimes, huh? At least when you're like non-stop speaking it for 30 seconds or 30 minutes in a row, I guess it gets a little difficult. I don't think I can get any of these loot crates, unfortunately. Okay, that's a little tough, but we did manage to get 750 materials, so I'm not going to complain about it. More range damage. Dodge, I will just go ahead and take that. And we actually get some piercing damage. I will absolutely take it. I'm going to take the goblet as well, and I'm going to roll a bit because we really need to get stuff like this. Range damage, attack speed, perfect. And another flute. Can we get some more stuff, maybe? 10% attack speed. Next wave is honestly a little bit scary, so I'm willing to take this. And roll one more time. Oh my god. I'll take you, and then I think that's it. I would love to get a starfish, because the starfish is just going to give us bonus material for the rest of the run. Obviously, that's good. I mean, yeah, probably self-explanatory, I hope. We do have 6 tier 2 flutes. If you didn't know, it does get a greater chance to charm, and the threshold gets a little bit higher, which is nice. So we now have a 15% chance to charm enemies if we hit them when they're below 65% HP. So this is why I said earlier, we really just want to get our weapons and upgrade them as much as we can, because the more we upgrade them, the better the chance we can charm enemies. This is going somewhat better than expected. I have been playing well though, and I don't think this would be very beginner friendly, to be honest. I would not tell a beginner to play with this. I think the strongest weapon that I've used on this character, no, there are actually two really strong weapons. The icicle is really strong, and the laser gun is also really strong. Those are two or one of them is a gun weapon, one of them is an elemental weapon, but that's kind of irrelevant. Basically, they're slow weapons which hit really hard, and they also have piercing. So those are like two of the better weapons on the Buccaneer, in my opinion. We get an ice cube. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. It's a unique item, so that means if we pick it up now, we will never have to see it again, which is pretty good for us. I will take a baby gecko. I'm actually pretty tempted to take all of this. I don't think the peacock is a good idea. These two, on the other hand, could be good ideas. I will just continue for now, but you could see this. Now it has 70% threshold, health threshold, and 20% chance to charm. So it is getting much, much better the more we upgrade it. It went from all the way down at, was it 5% at first? It wasn't right. I think it was 10%. So I had like an initial chance of like 10%, and now it's all the way up to 15. Or sorry, all the way up to 20, which is just 100% better, right? It's legit just better in every way possible. So we want to make sure we keep upgrading our flutes if we are going to commit to the 6 flute run, which I kind of am committing to it, I guess. It seems that way, at least. I don't know if I agree with myself, but I have decided to commit to this. So here we are, guys. Here we are. I mean, it's kind of nice playing some random weapon and just fully committing to it sometimes, because it makes you feel like, oh, you know, I accomplished, or I don't know, there's like some sort of completionist feeling when it comes to beating a run, or beating, oh my god, English, winning with a character with one specific weapon, because it's like, oh, I beat it with this weapon. It's kind of like a completionist thing, I think. We almost made 800 materials. We get a bunch of healing. Nice, we will take it. Speed, but minus crit. I don't care about crit. I'm actually going to take it. I could go for attack speed. I could go for luck. I could go for armor. And I could go for damage percent. I think I will take the damage percent here. I don't care about crit. Attack speed, yes, I will take. Take some more. And you might be wondering, why is this guy taking attack speed? Doesn't his attack reset every time he picks up material? Well, yes, but that doesn't actually make attack speed completely worthless. You should still kind of just treat it the same as usual and just go ahead and take it. You can kind of see it as a bonus. It's like, if you ever don't pick up material, you'll just end up attacking using your regular attack speed. And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I could take a beanie, but I feel like we have plenty of speed. Range damage is good. Metal is actually pretty good. Speed, armor, damage, and max HP. I'll take it. And I'm just going to go. We're into an elite here, and it is one of the worst elites possible. I hate you. This is the crocodile. He's going to charge past us over and over. The problem with this guy is that he's pretty much just going to chase us for the entire wave, but I don't think we can kill him. That's the problem. So basically, he's just going to eat a bunch of our bullets, or a bunch of our flute attacks, and never die. So you can kind of understand why that's bad for us. So like, yeah, it's going to make it much harder to get rid of the other enemies, and yet we're still never going to kill him. We just don't have the damage. So we need to upgrade our flutes a bit more. We also need to just get more damage in general. The only way to realistically kill the bosses when you have flutes is to get enough damage yourself. You can't fully rely on the ghost to help you when it comes to bosses, that is. If it's like regular enemies, it's not a big deal. Yeah, bosses have way too much health to really deal with them just using the little charmed enemies. We're almost through the wave here. We managed to make 900 materials. That was actually a little dangerous, by the way, because I couldn't exactly see the boss perfectly with all the like random ghosts running around the map. I'm going to take a whistle, a flute upgrade, perfect, and anything else. Speed and lifesteal. We do lose a little bit of luck, but I think this is worth it. I will not be taking a weird ghost. That's extremely late. This is amazing, though. Another flute, more piercing damage, more range damage, and attack speed. Take this flute. So now we have mostly tier 3 flutes, which is, I mean, that's actually just great. Normally at this point in your run, you probably wouldn't have this many. I think I don't want to say we've gotten lucky, but I think we've done a good job managing our resources, and the piggy bank has actually done decently, right? Let's see. 231 from the piggy bank. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. You do have to take into account that any money you get out of a piggy bank is kind of money that is lost partially to inflation. Since if you don't spend money this shop or this wave, then you spend it next wave or the wave after, well, you're losing out because of inflation. So to some degree, it's not actually 231. No, it's not even to some, no, no, no. It just is, it isn't actually 231. It is not. But it definitely did make us money. So like at the end of the day, it's not bad. Like that's decent. It was a free item we randomly got out of a loot crate early in the run, and I just decided to use it. So like, yeah, even the most, well, I don't want to say useless. The piggy bank is not useless, okay? But like even the most seemingly useless item can be pretty good if you get it in certain situations, right? That's all I want to say about it. 800 materials and we get more piercing. I will take it. And more piercing damage. That is really good. Range or range damage? I think we need... I mean, this is a huge range upgrade. So, like, we don't necessarily need a ton of range, but now it has 450 at tier 3, which is pretty nice. And the other thing is just that if we have 100 range, I feel comfortable not taking any more range for almost the entirety of the rest of the run. I say that and I'm about to take the shackles. There's a bunch of health, a bunch of HP regen. It's kind of good. I also want to take the lucky charm. This will give us some more damage on our weapons as well. Now they deal 32, so they got a 4 damage boost. That is not bad. Another flute. Actually, I don't need it yet. Yeah, I don't need it yet. I'm going to roll. XP gain, I will take. Damage, I will end up taking as well. But for now, let's just keep going. And you might be confused why I don't take it. Well, this is, again, just the piggy bank. You know, I'm giving the piggy bank a chance to do something. It just made us another 31 to 68. How much is that? That is 37. It made us another 37 materials because I didn't buy the flute immediately. So I would say that's not going to be... Like, basically, yes, there is inflation, but 37 materials for not spending like 200 this shop is definitely not going to lose us money. That is still like a profitable exchange for us. So we just made like 37 materials, you know, at if you take it at face value. We made 37 materials and then we still buy the flute next shop. So it's not that bad. You do have to kind of think like, okay, well, I'm technically missing out on one shop slot because I locked the item and I re-rolled 3 times, blah, blah, blah. Like, but yeah, yes, you could do all that and like really think about it, but I just think it's worth it because realistically, 3 shops or 3... Seeing 3 new different items wouldn't necessarily give us something amazing, but I definitely want the flute and the money is guaranteed. Another 800 materials. We are making some big money. I will take more range damage. This flute is going to be good, of course. We're going to take it. Take you. Take the mirror. Oh my god. Wait, we don't even need to duplicate this, by the way. So, like, we could duplicate this and get a ton of piercing damage, but you can't go above 0%. Okay, sorry. Basically, any piercing bullet cannot deal more damage than the initial bullet. So I can't deal like, you know, I'm dealing 36. I can't deal like bonus 50% on piercing by getting more piercing damage. That's not how it works. It'll only go up to 0% damage lost, if that makes sense. Okay, we're going to take another flute because we are into a boss here. So I feel okay with that. I really don't want to duplicate this though. I don't want to duplicate the pumpkin. I think it's overkill. I'd like to duplicate the clover. This would be okay. Just get a ton of luck. That'll also give us some damage. I'm going to go in with this because this is our strongest setup. You can see here the difference between the tier 3 flute and the tier 4 flute. Has better luck scaling, better base damage. It has a better attack speed, better range, and also a better passive. 75% health threshold with 25% chance to charm. So overall, just a much better weapon. The only thing that isn't better is the... well, the range damage scaling doesn't change, but that doesn't matter. That's not like a tier 3/4 specific thing. The only other thing that didn't really change was the... which one was it? The critical damage and critical chance. That's right. But we don't care about crit chance or anything. That's kind of irrelevant to us. Also, you can see we have way more damage now with the piercing as well. We're charming a lot more enemies, which means we're consistently getting the ghost, which means we can hit the boss more, which means we're about to get a legendary loot crate right here. Give me a second. And there it is. Easy peasy. So this is why piercing is also so important. I got the piercing bullet, I got the bandana, and I got so much piercing damage that I'm about to deal 100% piercing damage. So every single piercing bullet is going to basically hit just as hard as my regular bullet, which is just amazing for charming enemies. All right, wave 15 complete. We don't need that. This is... I'm gonna be honest, do we care about this? This seems kind of irrelevant. I could take it for the engineering, but I think I'm just gonna recycle. I'll take some attack speed, no engineering. Luck gives us damage, good. I'm gonna duplicate the clover. This will also boost our damage. These deal 40, this deals 49, 60, and 48. So you just gained 9 damage. Or no, sorry, you gained 11 damage. And you guys all gained 8 damage. That is really good. Now we're gonna take the piercing. You'll see, we are only missing 25% damage on piercing bullets. I got 29% more. It's still 0%. So we only gained 25. You can, like I said, you cannot exceed like 100% of damage. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Go ahead and take everything here. This is a lot of XP gain. Oh my god, the lucky coin. Oh my god. Wait, that means we need to get more crit chance now. I think I also take the diploma. It's so much XP gain. This is good. Okay, we're gonna take the crit then. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take crit chance. This harvesting is probably too late, but the thing is it will also help us level up technically. And the baby gecko, I'm going to go ahead and do this and roll one more time. We've kind of used up the piggy bank. 298 materials gained from the piggy bank is really good. That is much better than your normal piggy bank will end up doing. Or much better than your average piggy bank. So like, I'm going to say that's a win. Now we just care about getting everything as soon as possible. And getting actually, I just care about getting as much crit as possible, honestly. I want more crit chance, and I want to get that lucky coin. That will boost our damage massively, which is really going to help in the final wave specifically. And the final wave is the only one I'm really worried about. Anytime you use the flute, you have to be somewhat scared of wave 20, guys. Wave 20 is a bit terrifying when you have the flute, if you don't have the damage, that is. So I'm going to focus on crit chance, and of course, if I get any other good damage stats like damage percent, attack speed, range, like if I get some random, legendary upgrade or something, I'll probably take it. But otherwise, I'm gonna be on the lookout for just like a tier 3 crit chance upgrade. So that'll be give me like 7% crit or something. But yeah, we just leveled up twice, I think, which is nice. Okay, about 700 materials. This is range damage. I will take it. Luck is damage. Can I get some crit chance? 5%. I'll take it. Good enough. Lucky coin. We don't need more piercing damage. Like I said, we already are dealing more, like exceeding 100%, which is actually doing nothing. It's just overkill. So we're not going to take more of that. I will go ahead and take the lucky coin right away. Take the coupon. The padding, maybe not. Crit chance, yes, we need more crit chance as much as we can get. Take both of you. Adrenaline could also be okay of an item. Somewhat questionable, but probably good. And you can see now, we technically have 6 attacks at a time. Most of the time we're going to hit an enemy 6 times all at once, and we have, you can think about it this way, we hit so hard that the first bullet probably puts them in the threshold to get charmed, and then every other bullet has a chance to charm. So it's like we drop them to 75% and then we hit them 5 times. Well, that's not how it works, right? Because okay, I don't want to get too nerdy with it. Anyways, we have a really good chance to charm enemies, okay? You can really simplify it and say we have 6 weapons. They're all pretty much at 25% chance to charm. So every time we hit an enemy 6 times at once, the chance to charm is just 25%, 6 individual times. Like we assume one of them is going to charm. So it's like close enough to 100% that we basically have a 100% charm chance at this point in the run, which is amazing. But we still need to finish upgrading these last 2 flutes for sure. Okay, we get a frozen heart. We have such low elemental damage, we're actually going to lose damage for taking this, but I gain 5% crit, and I care about the crit, so I will take it. The scope is not bad, I'll take it. 9% crit, yes, I will take that as well. Combine these by this, by you, and another one of you, perfect. Harvesting, you're a little bit too late. You are definitely not too late, though. Buy the goldfish, boom, roll, bloody hand, and fairy, and pearl. These are actually really good. All of these are really good. Okay, that's amazing. We do have one more elite here, though. It is a gargoyle, so he's going to do a little ring around himself. You want to stand behind him. That hurt like a... Oh my god. Oh, I was going to say that hurt like a truck, or that hit like a truck. It hurt so bad, I forgot how to speak English for a second. Holy. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a that was an enraged enemy. Wait, how much armor do we have? Oh, we only have 3 armor. Ooh. Okay, we have 3 armor and only 46 max HP. And so it makes a lot of sense how I just got hit that hard. Yeah. Okay, we could definitely use a little bit more armor and a little bit more health if possible. Otherwise, I'm just going to look for more crit chance because crit chance will give us luck, which will give us damage. So that could also be fine, right? We just hit harder and we're good to go, probably. I'd also love to get the last baby gecko because I think we have 3 out of 4. So we have a 75% chance to make materials fly at us every time they spawn. I think I just almost died there. I kind of noticed it and instinctively dodged, but that was super close. Little Frog, you're way too late. That's great. Max HP and luck. Yes, good. Medkit, also great. We lose luck, but we gain a bunch of tankiness and more max HP and more moose speed. Questionable. Okay, sure. Take you. I will also take you. And I will take you. You. I think I'm going to take you. And then do a little bit of rolling here. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my god, a naturally... Okay, that's actually really good. Naturally cursed crystal, and we get a baby elephant. This is a really good item too. Well, it'll kind of stop us from charming enemies, but I don't think that's an issue. I think just having more damage overall is going to be helpful. So I'm down to buy it. But yeah, we just naturally cursed a crystal. That item is already really good, even without a curse. In my opinion, it's really good. Because basically, as long as you don't get hit, then you... Oh wait, no! I just realized something. We have the bloody hand right beside it. So the crystal, if you take any damage, it stops giving you the attack speed and resets the attack speed to 0. The bloody hand, every second makes you take 1 damage. That is so sad. So we have to choose between the two. I actually don't know which one I'm going to take. Or did I already take the crystal? No, I didn't. Okay, so I don't know which one I should take. The reason I took the pearl first is because the pearl actually, well, has a chance to give us another pearl since we picked it up right away. Every pearl you have increases the chance you can find a pearl by 3%. And the starting percentage is 0, so you have to have at least 1 pearl to make it happen. But if we find a pearl here, if we find a pearl here, it'll be really good. Okay, we didn't find one. It's okay. And 4 armor. I'm going to take the armor and the damage percent. So we can't take both of these. Bonus, so you can see here, right? 2% attack speed every second until the end of the wave. Bonus is lost when taking damage. This is so sad. This gives a lot of damage percent and lifesteal, which is nice. I think I'm going to go for the crystal. Honestly, I like the crystal more. It's also cheaper, so it may end up doing more, and we may be able to afford all of our... Oh my god, you came back again. Okay, Bloody Hand, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't, man. I'm just going to look for my loots. I don't think I can even afford a tier 3 loot at this point, so unlucky. That's it, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, well, we got really close to maxing out all of our weapons. It was super, super close. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That is the Buccaneer. This is our final build. We ended up having a very interesting 6 flute build. And we had a ton of luck, 241. A bunch of other stats here just kind of scattered throughout. Maybe leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Also, click join below if you want to join my YouTube membership to support me. Okay, that's it. Let's go. Wave 20. This is going to be a little scary. I actually am not confident here, which means I can't sit here talking the whole time because it might put me in danger. Hopefully we just charm some enemies that can help us out to make my life a lot easier. I'm going to try and move counterclockwise to make this guy's aura not hit me. He charges past us and then we get back around him. I haven't gotten hit a single time yet. I might have just jinxed myself though. Okay. He mutated. That's phase 2. Gotta be a little careful here. I dodged, I got lucky. Well, that was... I have a decent dodge chance, but still. Oh, I got hit finally. Okay, that took forever, but I got hit. That's one boss down. Where's the other one? He's up here. In the center. Almost through. And that's 2 bosses down. Alright, GG. I only got hit 1 time there, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then I dodged like once. But yeah, not bad at all. That actually went way better than I expected. So, next time we're going to be playing the Ogre, guys. That is it for the Buccaneer run. I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.